This season has been interesting so far, and watching the top clubs in Europe, we have been able to see some gaps caused by the absence of certain individuals. Quite a number of these teams are missing a particular player, and we're here to talk about them today. These are 7 teams who desperately miss one player. We'll start with Chelsea. It's quite obvious that they miss Cole Palmer. The Englishman has never really been fully fit this season. He suffered a groin injury in August, returned in September, but was sidelined once again just days later due to that same injury. In his absence, Chelsea have tried 6 different players, from Pedro Buonanotte, Enzo, Gusto, Estevão and André Santos in the 10 role, which shows that the coach is still trying to replace Palmer. Of course, we all know what Palmer brings to the table. He scores loads of goals, creates a lot of chances, and conveniently connects defense and attack. Without him, Chelsea have been struggling to kill off games and now find themselves in mid-table after 9 games in the season. The Blues will surely be hoping their number 10 returns as quickly as possible so they can return to competing higher up on the table where they actually want to be. Now, from Blues to Reds, let's talk about Liverpool. This might not be very popular, but they miss Kelleher. Yes, they miss Alisson, but his absence was not really an issue last season when they had Kelleher, because the Irishman always came in and did an amazing job whenever he was called upon. Alisson's injury woes are no news to Liverpool, so it was obvious that the second keeper was going to play a fair amount of games throughout the course of the season. But so far, Mamardashvili hasn't seemed up to the task. He finds it so difficult to play out from the back, which hugely affects Liverpool's build-up, makes it more difficult for them to break down opponents, and makes them more vulnerable to counter-attacks. He has also not been able to pull off incredible saves to win points for the team so far. Also, we all know that if Kelleher was still at Anfield, he'd very likely have saved one of the penalties Liverpool have conceded this season, because that's just what he does. So yeah, we'd say they miss him so much. There's a couple more Premier League teams on this list. Can you guess who they are and who they're missing right now? Take a shot in the comments, we'll see if you're right soon. While you're there, if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, go do that right away so you never miss out on our amazing content. Up next, we'll talk about AC Milan. A lot of people haven't clocked it yet, but they're actually missing Christian Pulisic so much. He was available for the first 8 games of the season, and during this period, he was directly involved in 8 goals, helped them win 6 of those games, and had Milan sitting pretty at the top of the Serie A table. But since he picked up a hamstring injury, the Rossoneri have only been able to win 1 of 3 games and are now 4th in the Serie A. It's so clear that they miss the American and they need him back ASAP if they actually want to be involved in the race for the Scudetto this season. But in PSG's case, they can't get the man they miss back because they chased him away. And yes, we're talking about Gianluigi Donnarumma. Let's face it, the Parisian Giants miss the Italians so much. Yes, they're still sitting top of League One, but they're not as comfortable as they'd have hoped to be with Monaco, Marseille and a bunch of other clubs breathing down their neck. And you can say that the reason they're not clear at the top is because they've conceded 1 too many goals, more than you'd expect them to concede. They've conceded 9 goals in the league so far, more than they conceded at this stage last season. And in the Champions League, they've conceded 3, more than any other team in the top 5. And a lot of these goals they keep conceding are goals the keeper should be saving, and we saw this right from the UEFA Super Cup game against Spurs. It's simple, Chevalier is just not as good a shot stopper as Donnarumma, and these cheap goals he keeps conceding are really costing them bit by bit. Their draw against Lorient meant that PSG have won only 2 of their last 6 league games, and during this period they conceded 6 goals. If they had a run like this in the Premier League, La Liga or Serie A, they'd probably be 6th on the table right now. Donnarumma used to come up with unbelievable saves to win them points last season, and he has continued to do that this season for City. PSG really missed that. Now, remember we said there's another Premier League club on this list? Yeah, it's Wolves. We just had to talk about them because it's so obvious that they're missing Matheus Cunha. Last season, they would have been relegated if not for Cunha, who carried the team on his back. He had 21 Premier League goal involvements last season, which accounted for about 39% of all the goals Wolves scored in the league. And the fact that he heavily overperformed his XG meant that he was creating goals out of absolutely nothing, and that was how he was able to drag Wolves to safety. So, if you take out a player that was involved in almost 40% of the team's goals and you don't bring in a suitable replacement, you surely can't be surprised if they're much worse off. 9 games into the Premier League season, Wolves have only scored 7 goals and have failed to win a single game. Unless a miracle happens, they'll be going down this season, and much of it will be because they don't have Cunha to save them. Let's now talk about Barcelona. Isn't it obvious that they miss Raphinha? The Brazilian is the heart of Barcelona's attack. He's their best finisher, most efficient presser, most reliable outlet and hardest worker. When he is out, Flick's high press system just doesn't work as well, which is why Barcelona have been stumbling recently. For Flick's high-octane football to work, they desperately need a player who'll be making relentless runs all game, and the only person who does that in Barcelona is Raphinha. It's no surprise he was the most prolific player in the team last season. Even this season, Barcelona haven't lost a single game where Raphinha played. But since his injury, they have lost 3 out of 6 games, and they needed a 93rd minute miracle from Araujo to win the derby against Girona. Raphinha's return from injury may not immediately solve all of Barcelona's problems, but we're certain it'll give them a massive boost. Finally, Manchester City definitely missed De Bruyne. Maybe not the version they had last season, but they definitely miss prime KDB. He was able to put chances on the plate for everyone on the team to eat, while still getting goals himself, and that's what City seem to lack this season. If Haaland doesn't score, it's like the whole team is clueless. The striking Viking has been directly involved in more than 70% of all the goals Man City have scored in the Premier League this season. That's just not sustainable. If any team can manage to mark him out of the game, they'd likely walk away with points. With prime KDB, this was never an issue. Mark out Haaland and De Bruyne could easily create chances for Foden or Doku or Bernardo or Savinho, or heck, he could even go and score himself. Now that he's gone, City needs someone to step up and do what he used to do. Will that person be Foden or Cherki or Marmoush or Reinders? What do you think? Tell us in the comments. Also, tell us who you think your favorite club is currently missing. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye.
Do you want to make money with affiliate marketing? Join the Goal90 Shop affiliate program and start earning today. Get your unique affiliate link and exclusive discount coupon to share with your audience. Every sale made through your link earns you a 10% commission. No limits, just real earnings. Don't miss out. Turn your influence into income now.